Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Mr. Pottinger here with a part one presentation for your warm-ups for the first week of the second cycle. So basically we're going to break down the week by the two lessons that you have on your own to do, or if you're with me in the hybrid class, of course, you might have gone over the question and the answer in full. However, this is a comprehensive presentation, at least for the first half of that cycle. Please realize that at a later date, the second half of this cycle will be uploaded for you. The question of the day for Unit 1, Lesson 3 was conveyed right here. What are some unique and noteworthy facts about the Earth, the continents that affect the world from a cultural standpoint when we look at world cultures? So basically, I'm having you think about right now the fact about how the world's set up with unique continents spread out over the world and how that physical location might actually affect the culture of the world and the cultures that we speak of. Let's delve deeper. From the lesson and the procedures that we put in place for the activities that you did, we should have learned that Earth is a unique and dynamic planet that is in fact always changing. It's unique in the sense that it sustains life, and as far as we know, it's the only planet that can do so. Being the third planet from the Sun, the overall climate for Earth and the conditions upon which it has formed and existed has been ideal for human development and also for different types of animal species. Additionally, the movement of the tectonic plates of our continents allow for the distinct locations to have formed over years and years. This creates unique geographic characteristics of planet Earth as well. When people say, for example, that mountains are always growing, technically, in many cases, they may not be wrong because mountain chains have the ability to change over time, whether it be because of erosion or tectonic plate movement with different surfaces coming together. Additionally, the differences in the continents can be conveyed with the different types of humans that developed or have developed separately and sometimes at times cohesively. With the invention of fire and housing and, of course, trade, these types of characteristics have brought people together and at times driven them apart, thus creating different cultural components of how we look at those three things that I just mentioned to you there across continents. Additionally, a sense of nationhood can vary from continent to continent, which are common-like cultural traits that form cohesive nation states. So, for example, languages or customs or even values can, of course, be exclusive to continental development. Additionally, resources are really important. Some continents are ripe with different types of resources which different continents have interacted with at some point in time or maybe haven't. And so trade, goods, the products that come from them often dictate success over those resources. Last but certainly not least, world cultures is all about connections. Understand the story of how different continents and countries have made those connections, whether it be for better or for worse, can show how different types of cultures and people can mix and how some do not. And so this can dictate the future in a big way. For example, when we look at modern world issues, we can trace different types of issues with connections from times past. Additionally, let's jump ahead to the next question of the day. So in the next question today, we have Thursday and Friday for Unit 1, Lesson 4, which is about the 5 themes of geography. We can use our thematic understandings about the world to better describe places and all the features and characteristics that come with them. So the question of the day is, how are themes of geography fundamentally helpful in describing different places and cultures from around the world? Let's go ahead and establish first what the 5 themes of geography actually means. This refers to that the world can be best understood in common objective and descriptive terms by using different types of thematic components to describe them objectively. Let's go ahead and look at location first. Location answers the question, where is it? Relative location and absolute location can be used. We'll talk more about how to use them in particular, but when you describe a place to your friends or family, sometimes we use relative or absolute location terms. Place answers the question, what is it like there? Descriptive, physical, and human terms can help us define what a place is. Additionally, we have human-environment interaction, which answers the question, what is the relationship like between humans and environment? You may not realize this always, but humans interact with the environment, and for better or for worse, that can have an impact. But the environment can also interact with humans, and once again, for better or for worse, that can have an impact. Additionally, there's movement, which is the study of how and why places are connected with each other. With movement, we look at how people get from point A to point B, and the types of characteristics of modality that people might use to be mobile. Also, regions can be used to describe a place. How and why are some areas connected similar to one another, and or how are they having common characteristics work for them or against them in this way? When we talk about regions of the United States, for example, you might think of Northeast and Southwest understanding more of the location aspects of regions can help us understand and pinpoint certain characteristics and attributes of certain places. And there you have it. There's the last answer to the question of the day. Please let me know if you need any further help or clarification. Please remember that that's just part one.